Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Mitchell, and today I'm going to be reading with you a storybook called Lion Lessons. And the author of this book's name is Agee. Now before we read, I wanted to see if you could brainstorm some ideas about what you already know about lions. I want you to take a close look at the cover and think about what you see. What do you notice about lions? How they look, maybe how they act, what they do, the sounds they make. Think about some of those things. And then I want you to notice something funny about the cover of this book. One of these pictures is a person, and one of them is a lion. Can you tell which one is a person and which one is a lion? That's right, this big one here is a real lion. And it looks like this little one is a person dressed up like a lion. So we'll find out what that's all about when we start reading. But before we start reading, I wanted to talk to you about a couple words that might help you better understand the story. I made a little chart here to teach you some of the words that we might hear in the story about the sounds that lions make. I drew a picture of a lion and a little sound bubble. Lions don't talk like people talk. Instead, they make different noises. And the first noise they make is called a roar. Do you know what a roar is? Can you show me a roar? Let me hear your best roars. So a roar is a nice, loud, scary sound that big animals like bears or lions or tigers might make, and it sounds like this. Are you ready? Roar! That's a roar. It's a very loud sound that a big predatorial animal might make. The next word is growl. And a growl is also a scary sound that a predator might make, but it's a little bit quieter. Can you tell me what a growl might sound like? Go ahead and try. And now I'll show you my growl. It sounds like this. Grrr, grrr. So that's a growl. And then the last one is kind of a funny word. It's gnashing teeth. So you might have seen a dog do this before if they are scared or they look mean when they show their teeth and they grrr. That's a gnashing teeth sound. And you'll hear all three of these sounds in the story. The next column tells about the ways that lions move. So I wrote movement up here, and if you see in the picture, it looks like a person going forward. Now, people walk and run, and lions move also, but we call their movement different things. So the first word is prowl. And a prowl is kind of like a slow, sneaky move. When do you think a lion might prowl? That's right, they might prowl if they're going hunting or they want to catch something and they want to be really sneaky so the animal doesn't see them sneaking up. So a prowl is a slow, sneaky movement. The next word is sprint. And people do this also. Sprint is another word for running really fast. So a sprint is a fast run. When do you think a lion might sprint? If they're chasing after something? Yeah. And then the last word is pounce. And pounce is another word for jump. You often see kittens pounce on things when they're playing. A lion might pounce on an animal that it's trying to catch. So if you pounce on something, it means you jump on top of it to attack it. So a lion would pounce. Now the last column I have is body parts. And the body parts I have listed here for a lion. The first one, if you see, is very sharp teeth. And we call those fangs. Can you say it? Fangs. The next word is mane. And if you notice, lions have hair that goes all the way around their chin and on top of their head, and we call that their mane. Next, lions have very sharp nails on their paws or their feet, and we call those claws. And then the last word I have is tail, and the tail, just like a dog or a cat has, is a long part that comes off the back of the lion, and a lion's tail has a little tuft of fur right at the bottom of it. So I want you to think about these words, see if you notice any of them while I'm reading, and then at the end I'll give you an activity that you can use these words to do. So here we go. Lion Lessons by Agee. And here's a boy walking down the street. And it says yoga, Spanish, knitting, karate, learn the violin, classes for all ages. It looks like he has lots of things that he can learn how to do. But he's going to take lion lessons. So here he goes, lion lessons, 7 easy steps. It's not easy getting your lion diploma. I know. I took lessons. My teacher was a pro. There are 7 steps to becoming a lion, he said. But first, we must stretch. So there's the little boy in his costume, and his teacher is a real lion that's going to teach him how to be a lion. We did the upward lion, the downward lion, the upside down lion, the rolling lion, the flying lion, and we shook our manes. Did you notice one of those words? Yep, the word mane. It's showing them shaking that hair on their face. Step 1 was looking fierce. Watch me, said the lion. You bare your claws, gnash your teeth, and show your fangs. I heard a couple of the words I shared with you in that one. I tried out my 3 most frightening poses. The lion wasn't impressed. See, he's not impressed. That means he doesn't think the boy is doing a very good job. Step 2 was roaring. It's simple, said the lion. Take a deep breath and roar as loud as you can into the microphone. I took a deep breath and roared as loud as I could. Look at the meter, says quiet, noisy, loud, and the little boy's is not very loud. It's still unquiet. Needs work, said the lion. Step 3 was choosing what to eat. The lion showed me the menu. Free-range muskrat, wombats, organic iguana, all-you-can-eat antelope, grass-fed gnu, sloth, or prairie-raised anteater, and wild warthogs. Are there any specials, I asked? You know, like spaghetti. The lion growled, we don't eat spaghetti. Step 4 was prowling around. We crept through the woods trying to be invisible. Do you see them prowling? We hid in the bushes. I can see your tail, said the lion. We hid behind trees. Your tail, said the lion. I can still see it. Step 5 was sprinting. Do you see that tree, said the lion. I looked around. You mean the little one here? No, said the lion, the big one on that faraway hill. I'll meet you there in 5 minutes. So remember what sprinting is. He wants him to run really fast all the way from here, all the way up to that tree. He gave him 5 minutes. It took me an hour. You need to hit the gym, said the lion. Step 6 was pouncing. It's simple, said the lion. You get a running start and then you jump on that lady. But I'll scare her to death. That's the idea, said the lion. So I got a running start. And I pounced. What a cute little kitty cat, said the lady. Are you lost? Yeah, I said. The lion checked my scores. This is not very promising. That means he doesn't think he did a very good job. Step 7 was looking out for your friends. Right away I spotted a kitten. Friend or foe, said the lion. Foe means enemy. That's easy, I said. Friend. What about that dog? I let out a ferocious roar. Roar! I bared my claws and gnashed my teeth, pawed the ground, shook my mane, and then I sprinted across the field as fast as I could. And pounced. Exactly like, well, you know, a lion. Bravo, said the lion. And that's how I got my diploma. I'm very proud of it. But now the neighborhood cats won't leave me alone. The end. So I hope you enjoyed that story. What I want you to do after you've listened to this story is I want you to go back and look at these words that I gave you. And I want you to get some of your family members and I want you to play a game called charades. If you don't know what charades is, it's when you act out something and try and get your family to guess what you're acting out. So you can start by trying to get your family to say these words: roar, growl, gnashing teeth, prowl, sprint, pounce, fangs, mane, claws, or tail. You can try and do different little actions to get them to guess those words. And then, if you have fun doing that, I want you to try and think of some other animals that you could act out for your parents or your family or your brothers and sisters or cousins or whoever you're living with and learning with to act out. So maybe you might do a rabbit or a cat or a dog or a horse and act those animals out and see if you can get your friends and family to guess what they are. I would love to see some pictures of you doing those activities. I'll talk to you soon, guys. I hope you enjoyed the story. Bye.